The bullies laughed as they leaned against their shiny trucks, mud splattering onto the edge of the old farmland. "Look at her, the fat farm girl trying to run a place that's falling apart," one of them shouted, loud enough for the whole group to snicker. Their voices cut through the quiet countryside air like knives. Emily turned her back to them, holding the feed bucket tighter in her calloused hands. Her cheeks burned red, but she refused to show them her tears. She was only 19, but life had hardened her far beyond her years. Every wrinkle in her palms told a story of early mornings, heavy lifting, and quiet nights spent alone in the farmhouse that once echoed with laughter before her parents passed. Her farm was her only anchor. The same land her father had poured his sweat into, the same place where her mother taught her how to plant seeds with patience and hope. But ever since she lost them both in a car accident 2 years ago, Emily had carried the crushing responsibility of keeping it alive. And the bullies, mostly local boys who inherited wealth and privilege, saw her as an easy target. Fat farm girl, they called her. Whale, loser. They dumped trash near her barn, scared away her livestock for fun, and even broke her fences at night. It wasn't just cruelty, it was envy. Her land was valuable, and they wanted it gone so developers could swoop in. But what they didn't know was that Emily wasn't defenseless. Hidden deep within her pain was a secret, a bond she shared with the only person who had truly believed in her, her late Uncle Jack. Jack wasn't an ordinary man. He was a retired Green Beret sniper who had lived on the farm for years after leaving the military. When Emily was little, she used to follow him like a shadow, listening to his stories about discipline, survival, and honor. While most kids learn piano or painting, Emily learned how to crawl silently through tall grass, how to focus her breathing when fear wanted to take over, how to aim steady when the world around her shook. Strength isn't about size, kiddo, Jack had told her once, when she broke down after being teased at school. It's about resilience. It's about standing tall when everyone else wants you to fall. Those words had carved themselves into her bones. And now, years later, even with Jack gone, his lessons lived inside her. The bullying reached its breaking point one stormy night. Emily found her barn spray painted with cruel words, "Fat cow. Farm's dead." They had also slashed her tractor tires and smashed her chicken coop, leaving feathers scattered like snow across the wet ground. She sank to her knees in the mud, clutching her chest as a wave of despair nearly drowned her. She wanted to give up, to sell the land, to run away where no one knew her name. But then, in the darkness of that broken night, Jack's voice echoed in her memory, "You are stronger than they will ever know." Emily rose, fists clenched, tears mixing with rain. For the first time, she didn't feel like the fat farm girl. She felt like a soldier's student, a warrior in her own right. From that day, she shifted. She woke before dawn, trained her body like Jack had taught her, and pushed through the soreness and fatigue. She practiced survival drills in the fields, set up security systems around her property, and even rebuilt her fences stronger than before. She learned patience, watching from the shadows, studying the bullies' patterns. And then, the day came. The bullies returned, louder than ever, blasting music from their trucks as they trespassed onto her land again. They expected her to run inside and hide like always. Instead, Emily stood in the middle of the dirt road, her boots planted firm, her face calm but unflinching. One of them sneered, "Move, fatty, or we'll move you." But before he could take another step, a sharp crack echoed, not from a gun, but from the sound of a warning shot Emily had fired earlier into a rusted target by the barn, perfect aim dead center. She didn't need to hurt anyone, she just needed them to know. "You step 1 foot closer," she said, her voice low but powerful, "and I'll make sure every one of you regrets it. This land isn't yours, it's mine, and I won't let you take it." The boys froze. They hadn't expected resistance, let alone from the girl they mocked. There was something in her eyes, steady, unshaken, dangerous in its calmness, that made even the boldest of them falter. They tried to laugh it off, but their voices cracked with unease. One by one, they backed into their trucks, muttering insults they no longer believed themselves. That night, Emily sat on her porch, watching the sunset cast gold over the fields. For the first time, the farm didn't feel like a burden, it felt like victory, like proof that she was more than their cruelty, more than her body, more than their words. She was resilient, she was unbreakable. Months later, the same bullies drove past in silence, too ashamed to meet her gaze. Word had spread, the fat farm girl they laughed at had more courage, skill, and strength than any of them could muster. And Emily, she kept working her land, planting hope into every row, living proof of Jack's words, that true strength comes not from size, but from the heart that refuses to surrender. So if you're watching this right now, remember Emily's story. Remember that people will try to break you with their words, their laughter, their cruelty, but they don't know what battles you've fought, or what strength you carry inside. Drop a comment below. Tell us, have you ever been underestimated the way Emily was? How did you rise above it? And don't forget to subscribe to Be Kind Always for more powerful and emotional stories that remind us all of the strength within. Because kindness and resilience, they always win in the end.